Do you often feel happier when you're alone than around other people? If so, you're not alone. But do you know why this feeling arises? Is it an introverted trait, above average intelligence, or even a traumatic experience? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes control over our reactions to the world, might provide an interesting perspective in exploring this complexity for emotional exploration. Let's look at 11 interesting reasons why some of us feel better in sobriety. Discover the answers together, from sensory sensitivities to fear of closeness. Let's explore together and understand the human complexity of silence and meaningful living. 1. Introversion. Being in a crowd can often feel like taking part in an unwanted show, where energy is sucked away. Perhaps you've been advised to come out of your shell and socialize more, but have you ever wondered why you feel happier when you're alone? That question brings us to the world of introverts. Introversion is not a disease or disorder, but rather a personality trait that describes people who are less extroverted. They are not necessarily shy, but they do feel drained of energy when they are in a crowd. So it's important for them to reflect and recharge their batteries in private. Introversion is the power to reach peace in solitude, where great ideas and wisdom are found. 2. Above average intelligence. The magic of a brilliant mind. While most people are fixated on entertainment or small talk, you celebrate intellectualism. Above average intelligence is the shield that separates you from routine boredom. For thinkers and doers like you, lifeless conversation feels like a burden. You thirst for big ideas, want to soak in problem solving, and pursue shared understanding. An array of stories and intellectual adventures fill your mind, making solitude feel like a warm embrace. People may view it as an oddity, but for you, it's a journey to deep understanding and true meaning. Save yourself from social helplessness and keep exploring the infinite world of the mind. 3. Mental health challenges. Overcoming mental health challenges can be a difficult journey that drives one to avoid social interactions. Depression can create a sense of fatigue and loss of interest, while social anxiety makes one feel awkward and fearful of others' judgment. For those experiencing this discomfort, the first step towards recovery is to seek professional support. Therapy or counseling can provide a safe platform to explore and address mental health challenges, help rebuild emotional well-being, and enable re-engagement in healthy social relationships. 4. Traumatic experience. If you've had a traumatic experience, it can be difficult to feel comfortable around others. Trauma can cast a dark shadow over every social interaction. You may feel isolated, afraid to open up, and reluctant to engage in relationships. The bad memories become unwanted companions, haunting your every move. But remember, there is a way to recover. With the help of a professional, you can process your feelings, let go of that heavy burden, and embrace the opportunity for a healthy relationship. Don't let trauma become a prison. There is light at the end of the tunnel, waiting to fill your life with happiness and peace. 5. Sensitivity to sensory stimuli. When the world around you feels too crowded and full of intense stimuli, it's possible that you have a heightened sensory sensitivity. For people with this sensitivity, loud noises and bright lights can be hard distractions to avoid. They often find solace in solitude, as processing information takes longer. Although associated with autism, sensory sensitivities are real experiences that cannot be ignored. It's like living in a world full of colors and sounds where every detail feels intense, a sensorial journey that requires greater understanding and support. 6. Asperger's syndrome. In a world where social interaction is not an easy dance, those with Asperger's syndrome face unique challenges. The presence of others is like entering a complicated maze of feelings. It's not that they don't want to be friends, but it's hard to understand the unwritten code of socializing. Surprising facial expressions and reluctant eyes are all part of an unsolvable puzzle. People with Asperger's often face difficulties communicating and understanding the emotions of others, forming an invisible wall. Even so, behind their starry skis lies an intelligence and deep thinking worth exploring. 7. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem can be a huge barrier to enjoying social interactions. Sometimes we feel like we don't measure up or aren't smart enough, raising concerns that others will judge us. However, it's important to remember that everyone has unique value and potential. Self-acceptance is the first step toward social well-being. It's not just about gaining the approval of others, but also about recognizing and celebrating our uniqueness. Through therapy or support, we can build a solid foundation of self-esteem, opening the door for more meaningful and positive relationships in our lives. 8. Stress-induced social avoidance. Sometimes, stressful lives make us avoid crowds, even those closest to us. When the world feels crowded and stress is building up, escaping from social interactions can be an instant escape. However, keep in mind that stress-based social avoidance can have a long-term impact on relationships. While the occasional moment of solitude is necessary, isolating yourself too often can destroy emotional bonds. Don't let your busy life rob you of the joy of being with your loved ones. Take small steps to step out of your comfort zone, share stories, and don't let stress steal precious moments with the people you care about. 9. Fear of closeness. The fear of closeness is often a hard wall to break, keeping people away from deep social interactions. Sometimes the fear comes from appearing weak or being rejected by others. However, closeness is not weakness, but rather the courage to open up and grow together, despite the fear of self-disclosure. Everyone has the potential to explore meaningful relationships without having to share everything. Stepping out of your comfort zone can open the door to a relationship full of understanding and warmth. 10. Lack of social skills. The inability to communicate fluently can often be the wall between us and a deep connection. If you find yourself lacking in social skills, don't worry, as every skill can be learned. Effective communication also takes practice and patience. Perhaps you grew up in an environment where the expression of emotions was ignored, or perhaps your lack of social skills is due to a lack of guidance. However, with effort and a willingness to grow, you can achieve social skills that build solid and fulfilling relationships. Don't let incompetence be an obstacle, but see it as an opportunity to grow. 11. Trust issues. Why are some of us reluctant to share our space with others? Perhaps it's because of past wounds that have created trust issues. Past betrayals or lies can create an invisible wall around the heart. Distrust results in isolation that is sometimes more comfortable than the potential for heartache. However, don't let past worries stand in the way of new opportunities. Every story has a new chapter, even if we've been hurt. Opening our hearts to new trust can bring unexpected happiness. Sometimes giving a new person a chance can be the start of an amazing relationship. Explore your unique self in silence and meaningful life. Delving into introspection and understanding human complexity not only benefits yourself but can also open doors to deeper connectivity. Feel free to share your stories or experiences in the comments section. Do you feel happier alone or with others? Tell us your perspective.